All right, guys, we're giving you a lot of negativity. Now let's give you some positivity here. We're going for some positivity here.
Positive.
17-0.
Ranks the Giants top four. Now you might be asking, what do they rank as top four on? Obviously not in talent, not in overall. They ranked as top four on teams based on talent under the age of 25 years old, which is a very specific age and a weird way to range.
I remember, and we kind of talked about this before the show when we were going over what the topics were going to be. And I remember a list like this came out a couple of years ago, and the Giants were very high again. And as I said, when you told me about this topic before we started, I'm not too surprised that they're high on that list because they're always picking top 3, top 4, top 5. And when you're talking specifically 25 or younger, you can make an argument that we have the two. I mean, it's yet to be seen with Abdul Carter, but I'm a believer. You can make the argument that if Abdul Carter becomes what I think he is, which is the best player in this year's draft class, we could have two of the top 6, 7 overall players in the NFL under the age of 25 between him and Malik Nabors. So I'm not surprised that we rank high on that list. And a lot of that has to do with what, unfortunately, due to the fact that we pick as high as we do in the draft. But we certainly have a lot of young talent on this team for sure.
Yeah. And like I said, it's a weird age to give. So they made our blue chip players under 25. Malik Nabors, obviously. Abdul Carter, obviously. Jaxson Dart, and Kayvon Thibodeaux, still under the age of 25, which is a little crazy because you think of him as much older because he's been with us a few years now. Notable graduated players. In other words, guys who have turned 25 no longer qualify. Tyrone Tracy Jr. turned 25.
He started at 25, I think, last year, if I'm not mistaken.
He's one of those COVID kids.
Yeah, he's one of the Tyrone Tracy. Yeah, he was an old rookie.
And Micah McFadden. Who would have thought that Tyrone Tracy is older than Kayvon Thibodeaux?
And JMS started at 25 too. He was an old rookie too. Not that he'd be on the list, but yeah. So on the write-up, they said the Giants' young talent includes a strong core with the 4 players named above, as well as a long tail of underperformers who still have the potential to develop into key starters. Dart, this year's first-round pick, turned 22 in May. He'll be throwing to Nabors, who ranked an incredible 6th in ESPN receiver tracking metrics as a 21-year-old rookie. Wan'Dale Robinson is in the slot at age 24, so he still makes the cut. While starting tight end Theo Johnson is also 24. Who would have thought those two were the same age? Crazy. How's Bellinger? Is Bellinger 25?
I think he is probably. I think he's like 26 at this point. Let me see. Daniel Bellinger.
Let's see, on his 4th year? No, he's got his 3rd year. Oh, this would be his 4th year.
I think it's his 4th year.
24. He is 24. He's still there too. So Theo Johnson, Daniel Bellinger, actually the same year, same age.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You don't think of that because you think of the year they got drafted, not the year that they're born.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. They said on defense, there are 2 young edge rushers. Thibodeaux is in his 4th season and won't turn 25 on December 15th. Carter, the number 3 overall pick in this year's draft, is 21. The secondary features 2 24-year-olds in Tyler Newman and cornerback Deonte Banks, plus 23-year-old slot cornerback Dru Phillips. Well, here we go. Now they actually mentioned go into Bellinger. He said, in terms of younger players who can still blossom, the Giants will try 24-year-old first-round pick Evan Neal at guard this season. Deep threat Jalen Hyatt is still 23, while tight end Daniel Bellinger, who started 8 games last season, is 24. Cordell Flott and safety Dane Belton are both in their 4th seasons and combined to start 16 games in 2024. Flott doesn't turn 25 until next August, while Belton turns 25 in December. So you forget sometimes how many young players are really on this roster, but that's a crazy 25 is like you've seen people coming out of college and going to the draft at 25 now.
We just mentioned 2 of them that were Giants draft picks, Tyrone Tracy and JMS. I think we're right around 25 when we drafted him. So yeah,
I mean, Michael Penix got drafted at 33 years old.
Felt like.
Watch someone's gonna look that up. Is he really that old? No, he's not that old. But
he's only 26.
Now, those who are curious about where our NFC East, enemies there were, Commanders ranked 3rd on the list. Which, let's be honest, Jaden Daniels
alone gets you top on the list. Yeah.
But we finally beat the Eagles and Cowboys in something. Eagles 14th, Cowboys 17th. So it's
I'm not surprised. I mean, I wish I could see the whole list. I don't know if it shows it, but I would imagine most of the teams that are on the bottom of that list are good teams because they're picking in the back of the draft. So that's just the way I would think of it. But maybe I'm wrong. But
Yeah.
I'm not surprised that we're high on that list, but that's still a good thing. That means we've hit on some draft picks.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's and
A few draft picks.
a few draft picks, but they also give a long list of ones we didn't hit on. That's the sad part of the whole scenario. All righty, guys. Let's get to the comments.
The third.
We're going to go on to our rapid fire section here with the Entertainah, finding out his thoughts on all the players here. As Jay starts off with Scataboo.
Scataboo. Scataboo.
You know, I got to pull it up. The Scataboo gnome.
I'll tell you what, man. He is going to be one of the most popular players on the team. He is fun to watch. Watching him at Arizona State last year, just watching some of the late night college games, like I was so happy when the Giants drafted him because he's impossible not to root for. The guy runs like a lunatic. As we stated, he has better hands than a lot of people give him credit for. Reminds me of kind of Ahmad Bradshaw in his style of run. But yeah, I think he's gonna be a big time fan favorite, and already looks like he's building great chemistry with Jaxson Dart, so that's good too.
Don't think of the guy who bull rushes into the pile as being the guy who catches the ball, and I think that's what it is why people are shocked by that. They see his running style and they're like, "Wait, he can catch the ball too?" Yes, he can.
And he's also a lunatic. Wasn't that story that came out that he used to like run into like a light post or something when he was a kid? Telephone pole. Yeah.
Which I'm not sure if that's better or worse. I'm not sure where that is on the But yeah,
it's got the pads on the side.
Yeah, it's craziness there, that's for sure. Jay says you're too old to get LASIK. When I said listen, I just want the 2 days of sleeping. I said I didn't know if they want the surgery, but
not to make this a LASIK podcast, but one thing that my sister actually couldn't get it. My sister, her vision is not nearly as bad as mine, but the shape of her eye didn't correlate with what they needed for them to do the surgery. So there's certain types of eyes that they can't do the surgery on. Yeah,
I had never heard of that before. So I luck out. My whole family, I don't know how this happened. My whole family, media-wise. So all my grandparents had glasses. My parents both have glasses. My sisters both have glasses. Me, I have better than 20/20 vision.
How does that happen?
I don't know. I have. It's about time I got one good gene. It's bad enough I got the male baldness gene I wasn't supposed to get.
That's every other generation. So
they say go by your
dad's and uncles.
Thing. Unless he had a wig or some kind of surgery I was unaware of back in the day.
Get implants.
Jail says Entertainah is the goated content creator who always responds to almost everyone and makes their voice feel important. Can also deal with rancid people online and never affects them. An NYC legend. Listen, kind words from Jay is just like, oof. And this is like the second day he said kind things to the guests. I think that we should start taking this personal, Rob. He just
who was your guest yesterday?
NYG22 there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've seen Jay before. He's frequented my chat before, and appreciate the kind words, man. And
he's
at the end of the day, that's not really a compliment. That last part about the internet, like if you're gonna do anything online, whether it be talk about movies, Giants, whatever it may be, there's just a lot of cruel people out there, and they get muscles behind a keyboard. So that's something you gotta learn to deal with real quick when you do stuff like this.
Oh yeah, we most of the negative comments.
Email warrior, if you will.
Except for one, I thought it was funny because he commented up like he's like, well, I forget who it was about. I think it was Dane Belton, and he was just like, thank God Dane Belton doesn't actually watch this. You're a subpar host, and I'm like, and you're a subpar commenter. It's just life. That's what it is, though. If you're gonna put yourself out there, you're gonna find people that like what you do and don't like what you do, and you can't make everybody happy. You just do what makes you happy. That's life.
That's life.
That's life. Coach, peace and blessings. Appreciate it, man. Bookend tackles. DJ is the socially awkward smart kid. Yes, that's probably very. But and again,
another one of my regulars, Bookend tackles. He's a frequent member of my chat as well. Good to see him in here, and that is a perfect description of Daniel Jones, a socially awkward smart kid. Yeah, I agree with that. He comes across as book smart, not football smart.
We said it before. He is the guy that if we had a daughter, we would hope that she would find a man like him. He seems like that kind of a nice guy.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, nice doesn't make you win football games. And in the end, He just couldn't read defenses. He couldn't throw with anticipation, and we ruined him. It is what it is.
It's a combination of both.
We ruined him.
Yeah.
Jason Garrett. Just saying. like that's all it was. He says he worked hard though. Exactly, like I said, that's why we don't slander the man.
And he played tough. You know, that even though he played dumb at times, trying to run over Grady Jarrett, he played tough, and I think as fans we respected that as well.
And he has a better catch on his resume than Jalen Hyatt.
That is true. Who threw that ball? I'm trying to. Was it Barkley?
I want to
say it was Barkley.
Yeah,
I want to say it was Barkley. So Dorothy says Nabors is better than OBJ, and like I said, I think you could say that that's a conversation that'll be had.
I think he's going to have a better career than OBJ did. I think it's too early, but that's because OBJ fell off after his first 4 years in the league. I'm hoping Nabors does not do that, but it's too early for me to say that. OBJ, his first 3 years in the league, guys, I certainly think Nabors can do that. Like I said it earlier, I think he's arguably the most talented receiver in the league. But OBJ, his first 3 years in the league, I mean, it's one of the greatest first 3 years in the history of the NFL at the wide receiver position. So Nabors got to do a little bit more before I put him there.
Only that scares me is the injuries, because he hasn't had major ones yet, but he's had a whole bunch of little ones.
Yeah.
And that scares me a little with Nabors, because that was OBJ's problem. He had the injuries and then he just wasn't the same player.
Yeah. That's unfortunately, that's a lot of players in the NFL. It's a physical sport. Yeah.
100%. Dorothy says, will the PA guy play Scatman, John Scatman's song every time Scatman does something good? If so, I'm not going to games. Whoa, I love that. Who doesn't love the Scatman?
It better.
What's wrong with Scott? That's a great touchdown celebration song if Scattaboo gets in. I actually got to disagree with you on that, Dorothy.
Yeah, I like it. And it's funny because she brought it up and said, like, don't do this, but we're all like, hey, this would be great. You put the idea out there. If it happens now, it's your fault.
I envision that happen every time.
Yeah.
I mean, great. I don't foresee him being in the end zone that often this year, but I'll be happy to hear it a few times this year.
Exactly. And you know what we're going to do? As soon as the show is over, we're going to call John Mara and suggest this. And you know what he's going to say back? Who the hell are you and how did you get my number? But that's a whole separate
conversation. Here's a free medium Coke.
Here's a free medium Coke. Oh,
Pepsi,
my God.
Pepsi. Don't throw Coke in the gutter. Pepsi.
Thanks for watching. Like the show? Of course you do, or you would have turned it off by now and not be hearing me. There are plenty of ways to support the show. YouTube is the best place to join us, and we offer memberships there with fun benefits like custom emojis and early access to video clips. Of course, there you can also send super chats and stickers to send one-time support payments. The best way to support the show is to buy these drunk idiots beers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Along with one-time support payments, there are also monthly plans, so you can continue to help kill their livers each month. You can also show people that you are a goofball by visiting our store at 2giantgoofballs-shop.fourthwall.com. We got everything from shirts, hats, phone cases, funny candles, buttons, stickers, and even a 2 Giant Goofballs towel to dry off your goofballs. Of course, you can always support the show for free by simply hitting the like, subscribe, and share button wherever you are watching or listening to this. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show tremendously, and quite frankly, the Goofballs suck at marketing and need your help to get the word out. Thank you for being part of the Goofball Army and for taking the time out to support the show.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too. Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please.